everybody again, and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike, and with me I have the gang with me. I have Rudy and Kage.
Hi there.
How we doing, everybody?
We got a decent show planned for you today, and the markets today, well, they were bam. They took a tank, dude. They took a tank, guys. It was very bad. Looks like on the Gateway Pundit writes, Jim Hoff writes, markets take a hammering, NASDAQ in bear territory, more recession fears. And the Bumbler-in-Chief, he's got no answers because he's out to lunch. So Hoff writes, it's a horrible day in the markets. The exchanges are tanking and Biden has no answers but to blame anyone but himself. Monday was a horrible day for America, and after all the anti-American actions resulting in the crisis in Ukraine, the markets lost in numerous ways. This article is also credited to Zero Hedge. There's no way to describe the market carnage under the turmoil where things are rapidly heading, and it's disappearing into toxic commodity collateral, suddenly sparking a contagion of widespread liquidations. Kage, have you noticed that we've seen lots of people just panicking and selling off? Have you seen a lot of that? I've seen that with one stock, GTH. There's some people on the chat boards, they've hit the sell mode already. I could already see it.
I would have to say, with how things are, like for energy sectors and whatnot, and how it drives almost everything else, I would say I would have seen plenty of people selling and wanting to cash out and not have to deal with the fallout, basically.
Yeah, it looks like S&P futures were a one-way elevator to the modest rip higher than the Ukraine ceasefire optimism during the session, with sending spaces more than 120 points down, and the session highs closing 2.9% below 42,000 or 4,200. It's the worst close since October of 2020. Ooh, that's not good, huh? The Dow tumbles more than 800 points. Everything was in the red with the exception of the defense utility sector. Course Energy basking in the glow of historic surge of commodity space. The NASDAQ was 3.6 with help of Facebook and Moderna. That's interesting there. Which wiped out more than 50% of value of all-time highs, is now down 20% from the all-time high and closing the bear market. Which joins Russell, which is now down more than 20% of the ATH. I don't see any. I see hyperinflation and stagflation coming is what I see. What do you guys see?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this is $7 a gallon gas. Is that far off or no?
Yeah, well, today it's already up to 139 a barrel.
Yeah. I have heard some rumblings of there might be a deal with Venezuela coming, possibly. They could possibly get some stuff online to Texas so they can convert it over. But we'll see how that plays out and see if there's some negotiating going on with that. So we'll see what happens. It's just speculation right now. So, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I heard Ukraine asked Canada, Mr. Trudeau over there, for some little extra output, but he's worried about the carbon, so I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah,
he's too focused on the boys there. So, he's just another puppet as well. So going into this precedes this stock right here precedes some of the other stocks we're talking about, because guys, guess what we're talking about today? Surprise! It's energy. And some of these we've told you in the past to get ready. Some people thought maybe during Christmas time that everything was going to be okay, and but like we said, we knew this was coming. So first stock we have is UEC, Uranium Energy Corporation. Last tick was $4.55. Going to the chart, you can see up on the screen there. Going into what would you say they do here for this company? They engage in mining and exploration of uranium. Its activities include pre-extraction extraction process on uranium projects. The company was founded by Alan Lindsay and is headquartered in Vancouver, Canada. Your favorite place there, Rudy. So the freedom land of Canada. And I'm sure we're going to get someone with a take that says they're not for freedom or something like that. You know what I mean? You'll get someone leave a silly comment like that. What are you talking about?
No, I love Canada.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's the thing. We like Canada. We like to do jokes sometimes, but Going into stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at, Kage, what do you got on the twits?
I'm seeing bulls for this stock for UEC.
Do you?
This a comment from Doubles. He says, bullish. UEC, I'm so glad that I did not sell last week. So, he made money.
What else do you got there from the twits?
How about this one from Hot Damn? He says, UEC, if this runs hard all the way up to Thursday, expect a pullback. Lock in profits and re-enter at a lower point. Always trade with a plan, everyone. Let the fun begin.
Okay. Well, we have a interesting from Motley Fool. This article comes out specifically why you all around your uranium sectors. They all uranium stocks. They all in the sectors shot up today because a tweet about Motley Fool has a tweet about nuclear energy from Tesla CEO pulled investors' focus towards uranium stocks. What happened? They said uranium stocks on Monday. With most stocks, the industry surged to double-digit percentages in early morning trading. These stocks were the top-performing uranium stocks. Energy Fuels, Uranium Energy, and Denison Mines. These stocks have been rallying ever since Russia began the invasion of Ukraine late in February, but too many thought the bull run would come to a halt, and after U.S. nuclear power industry lobbying for sanctioned uranium exports from Russia gathered steam last week. That doesn't seem to be the case just yet. Moreover, Tesla CEO Elon Musk may deserve a bit of credit for the continued momentum pressing uranium stocks upward. The other driving factor was European natural gas prices hitting levels that no one saw coming. Oh, come on! How could Motley Fool guys say that nobody saw the gas prices like this coming? You could go back to my shows you could go back to this show, you know. What do you guys got to say? I mean, you go back to the show on here. I mean, a majority of people saw this coming.
We knew it was going to happen before he was president.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you did he said he was going to kill fracking in his candidacy during his campaign.
He did say he was going to, ease it out. He wasn't going to do it all in one shot, which he did. But,
yeah. And so, I mean,
we're buying it from Russia.
Yeah, well, we're reading from the Fool, so you could see that the Fool right here is reading it, right? But Motley Fool is actually a decent read. It's just it's the group of elites. They love this magazine. Kage, what do you say? Do you trust Musk, or what do you think? Or you think it's just a shell game?
I think Musk is looking at the big picture when it comes to energy. I think he knows that. As far as people being roped into the illusion of clean energy for everyone during his lifetime and everything is a pipe dream. And as much as I'd like to not admit it, but he understands that we need stepping stones to actually get to where.
Yeah, Rome's not built in a day, for sure. And that's the thing, is he gets it that he needs the regular power. That's why China cranks it out. And they, like I've said before on this show as well, they said that they'll be running clean in about 40 years. So they'll get back to the Democrats on that one, is what I believe President HUSA told them on that. So it looks like nuclear energy is a key source of power in many nations and accounts in 20% of electricity generated in the U.S. The U.S. relies extensively on Russia and its allies for supply of uranium fuel power to its nuclear reactors, largely because Russian uranium is cheap. So there you go, right there. So they're talking about on the alphabets, they're talking about the gas, but they're not talking about the uranium. Have you guys ever heard them bring up uranium at all? This is one of the first times I've seen this brought up. Maybe I missed it. No, apparently, I don't. I guess they're bringing in the Russian uranium too. Ukraine obviously is a big producer of that. Makes sense there in that area. But with its invasion of Ukraine earning a steep economic sanctions, power companies in the U.S. are now pushing the White House to continue exempt Russian uranium exports from sanctions. So there you go, guys. Even in the market is trying to figure out how such sanctions as imposed might affect uranium miners, the whole world is looking to renewed interest at nuclear and reliable power, and Musk has emerged as a strong advocate. On Sunday, Musk tweeted that the nuclear is vastly better than the global warming, vastly better for global warming than burning hydrocarbons for energy, and called for Europe to restart its nuclear power stations. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it'll be clean and everything, and as long as people aren't necessarily hurt by it, then I'm all for it.
What about you, Rudy?
My same sentiments. I mean, it's been used, but I'm very leery of it as far as safety. With all this carbon we put out with oil.
Yeah.
One hazardous day with that, and it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would totally agree. With some of the European nations' gas prices after hitting record highs, he says, indeed, this is an understatement. European natural gas prices were run around the neighborhood from 15 euros to 25 euros per megawatt per hour for almost a decade. Prices have touched the euro 345 per megawatt Monday morning for 600 per barrel of oil equivalent. That's unheard of. Why it's becoming imperative of Europe to look forward to the alternative sources for energy. Barely 3 weeks ago, French President Macron announced the plans to building 14 new nuclear reactors in construction starting 2028. And Germany said it would be willing to extend the lifespans of existing nuclear reactors. So there you have it. They're finally getting their butts in gear because of that reliance that they have, and it's everybody on all their everybody's got to get on their own page. You know what I'm saying, and get back to the way they did, because obviously the global economy narrative, it's falling apart. So, and we know that the party of Davos and all them, and they just they want this one world government thing, and it's just everybody can't be tied to each other like that. So it's killing every country, I
saw a girl on a video over in Ukraine. She was on the news, one of the news channels.
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, I'm training to fight for the new world order."
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what they're fighting for in Ukraine. People just don't get it.
Yeah, they don't. So, and then we're not going to go too much into this, but there was the negotiation of the terms for Ukraine to end Russia offers terms for Ukraine to end the hostilities. There was that. So you'll have to go, if you want to read more on that, go to the pundit on that. But as far as with this stock, going into Kagi with stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at. What else do you got there on the twits?
How about this take from Jeff Gozia 6? He said, UEC bullish. After doing DD here, you will see how undervalued this debt-free clean energy play really is.
Did he bring his receipts on the numbers play on that, or no? For debt-free?
He hasn't necessarily posted anything else besides his comment.
Okay.
See links.
Yeah.
But he actually did a couple of comments beforehand. But yes.
Okay. What else do you have there?
How about this one from Downriver? He says, UEC. As long as the stock is acting right and the market is right, do not be in a hurry to take profits.
Rudy, I have something interesting here for you on this website here of UEC. You ready for this one?
Okay.
We're on the website. It says that we're production ready. Uranium Energy on acquiring Uranium One Americas. Interesting. This is posted to their website. It says they have a NYSE article here on UEC. NYSE American says, is a U.S.-based uranium mining company, exploration company in South Texas, and the company's hub spoke about operations anchored in fully licensed Hobon processing facility in the central, which is central to the Plascana, Burke, Hollow, and Goliad ISR projects in Wyoming, and UEC controls the Reno Creek project. Additionally, the company controls a pipeline of uranium projects in Arizona, New Mexico, Paraguay. Uranium vandalism project in Colorado is one of the highest grade. I heard something. I remember the Colorado one. I know the Native Americans are really pissed off about that one because they say I guess they've done some studies and they say that leaks into the Colorado apparently. So I don't know if that's the same operation or not, if that's associated with that. But I do know there's one right in that area by the reservation, and they're not happy about that. So going, oh sorry, what was that?
They're worried about oil.
Yeah, yeah. So going into what else you got there on the twits, Kage, about this one?
Mostly bulls for this one. How about this one from Outback Jack?
Okay.
He says bullish. UEC, drill away over $4 a day, you little ripper. Domestic uranium supply is the future, the past, and the now. Let's go.
Yeah, I would say I still say it's. I mean, if these guys, if all these countries are going to move forward into what they're doing, then I would say you have to have a decent play to this. I mean, you made money on the 21st of November if you had this, and I think with Europe moving towards this, obviously this is possibly with all the hype and everything, you want to be wary of where your entry point is. But who knows? I mean, if more countries keep on announcing this stuff that they're moving towards that, you could be going higher. It just depends. What else? What else? Do you have any more things about the debt or anything, or no?
No, nothing about debt. No.
Okay. What do you what other information do you have with people with receipts? I have a Twitter tweet that somebody tweeted out here. So what do you have?
How about this one from John Hudson? He says bullish. Musk knows best. In fact, I personally stayed in Nashishorabara, 80 kilometers from Fukushima in 2014 for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Feels fine until now. I have friends been living there forever and has no problem having kids as well. Media is usual overhyping bullcrap.
Yeah. That's the thing. Time anybody goes over to, you would know this, Rudy, with the alphabets. Whatever they're trending to do, they're usually trying to hook up their buddies or something like that whichever way the wind blows, and then people get caught on the fallout. We've been calling them on this for the longest time. What would you say about that, Rudy?
Oh, absolutely. They're I don't know. After that tsunami over there, and they had that issue over there in Japan, it's still pretty leery to me.
Yeah, especially the water and the fish there. And anybody want to get Red Lobster there?
I don't know. I don't know about raising a kid in that area.
No.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, exactly.
After the tsunami, you might have felt perfectly safe, but after the tsunami,
yeah, forget it. Yeah, so John Quakes on Twitter. This is the link that was on Stock Twits there, Kage. He put uranium to double. It kind of sounds like that, and of course you have. It's an alphabet tweet, of course. So we'll see. Take that with a grain of salt if you like anything to do with the Twitter machine there. What else you got there from the twits?
Here's a take from Picaron. This is a bearish call for him.
Okay.
He always brings his receipts with his charts. And he says, wow, this is a big change. UEC, RSI indicator left the overbought zone. View as a downtrend.
Oh, so he's viewing this as a downtrend?
Yeah, he says this stock is bearish.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why he's saying that, just because you got to be leery of what the alphabets are parroting there, because they'll take you for a ride and then, like I said, go to try to hook up their friends, and this one could be outro after that. So it looks like Did you see this? This is an interesting tweet. This is why I follow up to make sure we don't miss anything on here. This twit, Ray7_74 says the Green Party of Belgium wants to go back to the decision to complete closure of the nuclear plants for these reasons of security of supply. The other parties were already in double-digit rising gas prices. Russia is a supplier for fuel, so good for the USA and the change. So that's what he wrote. So what else do you got?
There's a couple of takes here that I think are interesting. how about this one from Apollo 1452? He says, bullish, UEC. This guy does a great job of cutting through the BS, and he's got a link to a video called Uranium Market Minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that with that, yeah, that one, that would be an interesting video to go watch as well, just for the fact that to break that down for the uranium one minute there. Bitcoin Maximus says uranium spot price going up, new plants under construction, commodity prices going up, energy prices going up, EU looking for nuclear to get off of Russian energy dependence, and of course he covers Elon Musk's tweet. So as far as with this stock, guys, where are you guys at as far as, is this a watch, extreme watch, or just a straight up pass for you guys?
I myself would probably, I would watch it, but I wouldn't get real, like I said, I need more time for this, for uranium. If we're talking about weapons grade and stuff like that, that's different, but for energy, it's still too risky as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But it's definitely it's definitely for future to look into, but not something right off the bat, jumping right into it. And like I said, we have it already, but still it's not foolproof. Yeah,
I would say it's a watch for me. I don't trust the alphabets at all, particularly. I know a lot of you guys like it. That's cool. I'm not trying to dog on you guys or nothing, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's just a watch for me. I'm not going to get out my pom-poms out here and just be like saying rah rah shish goomba, let's go team. So I mean, let's go team has gotten a lot of people to lose money. So we want to be realistic in what we have to say. But I do like it that they don't have any, that they're low on debt, which was covered on the boards. So that's good news there. The European thing is great news as well. So there's some positives, but I just want to see this plays out before the alphabets propping all this up. I'm a little leery with the alphabets on that. So what do you got there, Kagi, on your end?
I think this is a good watch. As far as uranium is concerned, it's basically just a means of boiling hot water to spin a turbine, basically. Other ways to actually spin a turbine that don't involve, let's just say, hazards that are hazardous as uranium. So as far as like being used for the intended purpose and what it was for, I think it's worth a watch, but I wouldn't necessarily put all my eggs in the basket with this one.
Okay. So with that, we'll just we'll call this one, and then we'll move on to the next, and we'll be back in two. Peace. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is HUSA, Houston Energy Corporation. Last tick was $10.60. Now, Kage, I know you made some comments on there, and I found some interesting an interesting article about this one. But before I do that, going into what would you say they do here, they're engaged in the development of exploration and acquisition of production, natural gas, and crude oil properties. The company was founded in April 2nd, 2001, and is headquartered in Houston, Texas. Going on to stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at. Kage, what do you have on the twits about Houston American Energy?
I'm seeing a lot of bulls for this stock. And why wouldn't they? If you look at the chart, it almost seems a little unreal. But you take from Dia Golfin, and he says HUSA, and just like that, oil is green again tonight. This is going to spike. This admin wants high oil prices and needs to just come out and tell people that's what they want. $200 a barrel oil by EOW.
Oh, you should just read their papers and everything they have, and they already said what they want. They've said they want that before. There's no secret here, right, Rudy?
No, not at all.
No.
$200 a barrel, and probably by the end of the week.
They said that they want to break you and get you off of dirty energy. They've called what they fossil fuel. They want to that's all their it's an ideology and a philosophy. The sooner you guys get that through your head, the sooner that you'll understand that this is the direction they're going. They want to break you. If you don't understand that, then I mean, I'm not trying to dog on them or nothing like that. I just want people to understand that they want to break you. They don't care. They want you to go to clean energy. That's what they want. So, but the reality. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I'm just agreeing.
Yeah, the reality is we're at least 10 years off from realistic to be functioning as an economy. This economy needs fossil fuel right now. So, but going on to the twits, what do you got there?
How about this one from Change My Mind 420? He says, HUSA. Brandon and his clown posse have said they buy from Venezuela and Iran.
Yeah, see?
Increase USA production. So why is this running? In fact, Brandon is using Russia as a mediator to negotiate with Iran because Iran negotiate directly with USA. All of this is verifiable. Don't take my word, but I did include footage of the Brandon administration arriving the negotiations.
Yeah, that's out. They're gonna go get cozy up with the mullahs and everything, and they're already talking about getting the deal going again, the nuclear deal back and going again. They're going around everywhere and playing patty cake with OPEC. He's right about that, so that's not a bad take at all. What do you got, Rudy, on this?
Oh, that's absolutely right. They're already ready to go with Iran again, and I could see us back in line again, waiting for gas.
Oh yeah. It's
at $8 a gallon. Thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah. We're gonna say it right here, and you can go back to previous shows. We've called this over and over. Did we say that a year ago? Was that on Patriot Talk or was that on Stock Talk where we were at $8? We were going to say $8. We were saying $7-8 a gallon, I believe. I could try to go dig those up. So it's a lot of listening, but I'm sure we could probably find that one because you could see where this is going. I mean, if you didn't see this war coming, I saw the Russian tanks moving. What was it? Was that in February or is that January when they were moving to the border, or was that January or February?
I think
there was already movement. The Ukrainians were already taking footage. There was the Ukrainian resistance. This wasn't last January. I'm talking about the previous one over in 2021. So they were when Brandon took over. They were already starting their movement to the border. Like Putin was already moving already. So if you didn't see this coming already, I mean it was coming. So it looks like this is interesting and it's not surprising. But word of caution, this did show up on a pump and dump list. This stock, so that's some of what you were surprised in, Kage, with the alphabets there. But there's an article here from looks like FXS Street, or sorry, FXSstreet.com. They said Houston American Energy Corporation stock news and forecast. HUSA is another pump and dump. Oil continues to surge as Russian oil exports are banned, maybe banned. Low cap oil stocks are targeted by retail traders as a price surge. So they're they're going after the retail traders and the apes, man, for freaking manipulating this. There you go, apes. They're attacking you again, man. Houston Energy Corporation is a small oil stock that can be generated quite a bit of interest on social media this morning. The stock market cap $19 million, a classic penny play. Traders have seized the latest spike in oil prices to target low energy stocks that could be seen as huge increases. Looks like a classic pump, so it'll be eventually get dumped. And why not put that article out so their friends can get in on the cheap seats? Huh?
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
That's what they do all the time. So, and they constantly attack it.
Pouring oil, how are they even going to be able to start drilling anyways for more oil?
Yeah. Well, when Obama was president, you had there was a company called 66 Oil Fields that even rose high. I'd like to, while Kagi looks at the twits, I'd like to see where 66 Oil Fields is today. It'd be interesting to see if that one raised up again. It looks like they have here. So as long as you know what you're trading and manage your risk carefully, when the music stops and it's time to get out, move on. Otherwise, you can get wiped out. So they're trying to this article is basically baby talking to the retail traders, which is not going to make them happy because the retail traders do not like this kind of stuff. So they consistently here they write articles about the retail traders and attack them. And you saw in the Super Bowl ad where they attacked the retail. They're like they're using memes to trade and everything like that. So they just it's the big dogs versus the little guy all the time. And so he's calling this one a retail another meme one. Like he's basically they're attacking the retail traders. What do you guys think about that?
I just think that the people are in for a rude awakening with this stock. They think that since it went up this much and everything, that they're gonna get their money back in no time at all. But I think they're in for a rude awakening, and they're going to be bag holders, and they're going to be like, why didn't anyone tell me to not do this?
Yeah, but do you see a scenario playing out? I mean, this is just speculation by my part, but do you see a scenario playing out where the retail traders gang up and try to stick it to the man and do like they did with AMC and GameStop? Or you don't see that?
Maybe. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be... taking the bait though,
because that's the thing, Kage. If you go to $200 a share, if you go to $200 a barrel, this stock is not going to go down. I'll tell you that right now. So, I just don't see it won't go down until the price of oil per barrel goes down. Wouldn't you agree with that, there, Rudy?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean.
I don't know. We have plenty of oil here that we already have that we can't get to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. For new oil, it's especially now. That's the strip right there.
Yeah.
I would. I don't know.
So
it's scary right now with that.
It's kind of interesting that the alphabets all attack the retail traders on this one, which means obviously we know this is being promoted, so that is one red flag. It's a pump and dump. I mean, it's not a pump. It's being pumped up by the emails that are going out there. Some of you that are bulls to this, you might be offended, but there's tons of promotions going out all throughout the web right now on this stock. So that with taking that with a grain of salt, it doesn't say that next week it's going to be a bad play and it's not going to go up again. It's just people are going to short it at the end and then they'll get back in on the cheap. And that's what it looks like the media is trying to do here. What would you say, Kage, you have on the twits on this one?
For the twits, here's a take from Ryan Wotz, and I think his comment is very applicable in this case.
Okay.
He says, HUSA bullish. Let's stay humble, guys. There's still a war going on somewhere. Not just in Ukraine, but others.
Exactly.
Etc.
Weren't we all saying this today?
At a big game.
Weren't we all saying this today? As like where there's other conflicts going around and everybody's not paying attention to it at all?
Yeah, it's just people are short-sighted and they only have a finite attention
Yeah.
span.
Well, some people just they follow the alphabet media and they get hooked on it, and it's like there are lots of conflicts going on in Africa and the Middle East, and everybody's just like their mind's off of it because they're just stuck with this because that's the narrative and they're caught up in it, you know.
Well, there's nothing to gain on those other wars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on that one it's like and you got the political base there that it's all, you know, oh yeah, you know, make a couple side cash here and there, you know, and that's what they're that doesn't really happen though. That's fake news. So, but yeah, what was that, Rudy?
Right, it's all fake news.
Yep. So you have Bazinga has a plug here. They say oil prices continue to surge higher amid disruptions of the wake of the Russian invasion of the Ukraine. The increase of likelihood the ban of Russia oil and natural gas has pushed oil to the highest level since 2008. WTI crude traded $130 Sunday evening, while Brent crude, the international benchmark, tied a high of $139. Houston Energy is an independent oil and gas company, and it just goes over through what they said there, and they just covered as far as just attributed the obvious that we're projected to $200 for crude. Now, does that throw a monkey wrench in there if Venezuela tries to get online? Does that what do you think do you think that's going to help the fuel prices, or do you think it's just not going to make a difference if they get that to process in Texas?
I don't know. That's another socialist country over there, and
They're trying to work out a prisoner swap. I heard that's what I heard. So I heard there's a prisoner swap, and they're trying to work that out to negotiate that.
Water is for oil.
With Venezuela, I guess they said they could have the oil to us to get processed in Texas in like 2 days trip, is what they said it would take to get to Texas. So interesting, huh?
We're gonna border prisoners for oil.
Apparently, they're negotiating. There's some prisoners being held in Venezuela. They're in negotiations to try to get them released and then go back to normal trade relations, because there's certain suspended trade relations. There is what's happening.
I don't know. It could ease up the pumps a little bit, but
I don't know. Yeah, just it would be faster to get it that way, because obviously some people there's other people that don't understand how the drilling works and everything too, because some people are like, well, let's drill here now, we'll take care of the problem. The problem is it takes about a year. If he was to open everything up again, he still wouldn't get it back online until at least a year anyway. So,
I heard all the people that invested all their billions into that and took the hit are done. They're not going back, and that's forever done.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's just waste. So, yep. What else do you got on the twits there, Kage?
How about this one from UMG Lab? He's a plus member on StockTwist. He says, HUSA, what do you think of this entry long to gain free access to this indicator? And I think he's got his chart that has a lot of ups for this, and from the point that he mentioned, he had a lot of parabolic trajectory for this stock.
Okay.
So it looks really, really positive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He could be just another cog in the machine.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. It's not a bad take. What's your take on this one? As far as is this a watch for you? Is this a hold, or what say you on it?
I always go by a saying: if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
Okay.
As far as this is concerned, there may be a little truth to that, but as far as getting in on this stock, it's way high priced and everything. I would probably wait until it comes down to then buy in again. But if you're dead set on making profits and all gung ho about it, and you want to make money now, this could be a way to do it. But I would say that would be a very risky play.
Okay. With the stock market, it does come with risk. Going into the company itself, it looks like they're in the onshore Gulf region, principally in Texas and Louisiana, so those are good states to operate. They're in the development of concessions in South America country of Colombia, so they're there as well. It looks like oil and production, gas, geology, engineering, and production provided by the management board of directors. Going into the background, they were incorporated April 2001 in the purpose of engaging oil and gas exploration production because the company was recognized the opportunity of existing smaller companies. Just basically the mission statement. In 2013, they expanded their scope to participation in projects in the United States. The company believes the growth of domestic oil and gas exploration presents additional opportunities to enhance the shareholder value. So going into with this company, for my take, I would say this is an extreme watch for me. The wild card here is the retail traders to see what they do. I don't know what's happening as far as what they're going to do, guys, but that's the huge wild card here. The promotion week is kind of messed up for me. You know how I feel about that, Kage, as far as promotions. I don't like usually buying during promotion weeks and things like that. And you're going to see a lot of short. But when people get out, do you buy back in and then as this soars higher, you wait out till when oil does go to 200, which it most likely is? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that is a good point
Mm-hmm.
for profit and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm just not exactly sure if.
I'm just not sure if this is the week, but if you're a shorter, this is your week. It's just if you're in the short game and you're playing the shorts, because this.
You don't necessarily check the stock market all that much.
Yeah.
I'd say this might be too risky of a play.
Yeah, if you're at your day job and you can't watch the charts and everything, please stay away. I don't want to see anybody lose any money. What do you have there, Rudy?
Well, I'm completely pro oil and fossil fuel, but I would definitely I wouldn't go extreme watch. I would just watch.
You just watch it? Okay. Good. Well, that's all the two stocks I got for tonight. The other one we already covered already, so you guys got to say anything before we head out?
No, I'm just going to say peace out and good night, people.
Okay. Don't make it a dog show. What about you, Rudy?
That's about it. Everybody have a good night.
Does AOC have something to say for you on the show or no?
Absolutely. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Don't make it a dog show, and good night now!